Imagine for a moment if I give you a bag of seeds and on the bag it is written wheat. What do you reap when you sow the seeds into the ground? Most of you will probably say, well, you reap wheat. And I say the answer is no. You sow the essence of what's inside the bag. You sow the essence of the seeds. You sow exactly what the seeds intrinsically are. You don't reap what is being written on the bag, on the package, but you reap exactly as the seeds that you are sowing. Now, if you look at what happens today in the modern world, there are so many books out there on self-help, self-development, on the new age, on all sorts of spiritualities coming from every part of the world. And on the label, on the book covers, on the packages that they sell these products in, they promise you love, light, life, freedom. But once you take those teachings and you sow them into your life, Eastern philosophies, meditations, the New Age, Reiki, all sorts of spiritualities coming from all over the world. When you sow them into the field of your heart, when you sow them into your life, you reap not what they promise on the package, but you reap the inner, intrinsic reality of what those teachings really are. There's been a couple of studies performed, one in the UK at King's College London and another performed in Australia. And both studies looked at thousands of people who were practicing spirituality, who were practicing the New Age in various forms. And both studies revealed that among thousands of people, there's a between 50 to 70% increase in depression, in anxiety, in mild forms of schizophrenia. And they are all coming from practicing stuff like meditation, like yoga and the New Age and the Eastern philosophies. Because once you plant the seeds into the field of your heart, they produce exactly what they are, whether you know it or not. Jesus said that a farmer sows the seed and then he sleeps and he wakes and he sleeps and he wakes, and behold, the land produces the fruit by itself. So the seed that you're planting into yourself, into your heart, whether you know what you're sowing or not, it always produces according to the intrinsic reality of the seed. So there's clear evidence that practicing ancient philosophies, practicing spiritualities from various traditions around the world, practicing the New Age, actually, while they promise freedom, health, and well-being, they actually produce in your life depression, anxiety, suicidal thoughts, disgust for Jesus Christ and for the Bible. And that is because the essence of all these spiritual traditions is demonic. Jesus said that wide and broad is the path that leads to destruction, and many are those who walk on it, but narrow is the path that leads to life, and only few are those who find it. So broad and narrow, and many are the ways that lead to destruction. There's all sorts of therapies, philosophies, spiritualities, New Age practices, and all sorts of things that come from all over the world, because broad is the way that leads to destruction, but the way to life, which is only through Jesus Christ, is very narrow, and only few are those that find it. So I urge you today, if you are being involved in these kind of techniques, if you are being involved in witchcraft, in all sorts of New Age practices, give them up and come to Jesus, because without you even knowing, you are on the path to destruction. Irrational fears, anxieties, pain, depression, death, they are certain to follow. One of my most favorite scriptures in the Bible is that people will assault you with deception to trick you into worshiping demons. People will assault you with deception to trick you into worshiping demons. Now, first of all, it is the people. So deception and assault comes through people. It's not some kind of airy-fairy practice. It comes through the mouth and through the writing of people. They will assault you. So basically, it is a violent attack upon your being with deception. So it is not obvious. It is not out in the open. It is not promising you, hey, if you come and you buy my books, if you buy my teachings, I promise you depression and death, broken marriages and broken lives. No, it comes in a very subtle way. That is why it's called deception. It comes exactly in a form that you do not expect it to come. To trick you. So the purpose of these teachings, whether even the authors themselves know it or not, is to trick you, to manipulate you without even you knowing what you're doing, into worshipping demons. So whenever you look at the New Age philosophies, regard them as an attack on you, a violent attack on your soul, aimed at tricking you into worshipping demons. If you're not worshipping, if you're not serving the living God, the great I Am, the creator of the universe, you are serving and worshipping demons. Whether you know it or not, you are worshipping demons. And you are serving the demonic part of this nature of this world. So I urge you to come back to Jesus Christ, walk on the narrow path that leads to life, because great is the way that leads to destruction, and many people are actually, more and more people are being drawn to these kind of New Age practices, and they have no idea what they are doing. That is because they have been assaulted, they have been attacked with deception into being servants of demons. So I urge you, come to Jesus Christ, come on the narrow path that leads you to life.